Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. We are going to be using the Beyond Lemuria deck today. So with that being said, I just wanted to say that I had kind of got rid of like everybody on my Facebook except like a few immediate family. I had like down to maybe 12. But since this situation, other people have come back in that I know, and I consider them a friend, but I don't have like real deep friends. I've kind of drifted away from people like that. I'm more into my family. Just like the energy, I just don't like a lot. I've had friends before that I got betrayed or whatever, situations like that. So I'm very cautious about who I let in my world. I like my private time and things like that. But anyway, I have a few coming back in that I do like as people that are good people. And one lady put on her post yesterday that how people can be so uncouth and say things, and it's like, if you're not going to say something nice, kind of don't say anything at all. And it reminds me of that thing you always had heard as a kid, like if you aren't going to say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And I told her, I sent her a comment and said, that's perfectly said, because I am so tired of mean-spirited people. It's like, don't even come around me anymore. And you know what, like us as women and empaths and for females and empaths and light workers, we always want to be those caregivers, and we worry about if we're going to hurt people's feelings and like that and stuff like that. But as the older I get, I'm kind of like, I'm not going to be cruel to you, but I just don't want you around me, and I have that right, and so do you. If people are going to be mean-spirited or say little digs, they think they act like they're trying to be nice, but they say little digs, and things like that. It's like little zingers, like kind of hidden little messages, like that passive aggressive BS kind of thing. You don't have to put up with it. You don't have to put up with it, and you're not mean to call them out. I'm not saying cuss them out or call them names or be rude, but you can set your boundaries, okay? Here's an example. I had a coworker, and she always was pretty much a friend, but I noticed like she was always saying these little digs or little trying to like smile, but still saying cutting things. Well, when my son passed, it was in the paper, in the obituaries, and I did put it on my Facebook, but like I said, I didn't have that many. Well, word gets around, and she came up and said, oh, don't tell me that's not true. And of course she asked like 20 questions because she's nosy, was it this son? And which that bothered me, because she said a different son that really passed, and that was kind of like eerie, but I was like, no, it's this one. And she said, well, she did say she was sorry, and I appreciate the condolences, but this is how she said it. She said, I would have came. She said she just found out, right? Which was, she's a week past when we had his funeral on his birthday, or our private get together. I would have came, but you left it as unopened to all but family. So to me, I took it like kind of a little dig, like, hey, you could have had us there to be kind to you and sympathize with you, but you made it only your family. And the only thing I could respond and say is, no, I don't think you could have, because you just found out. And his get together, the funeral procession, was actually a week ago. So she just gave me a thumbs up, because she knows I'm not going to mess with it. Don't try that little zingers to try to make me feel guilty because we didn't. And another thing I had told people is, because everybody's always reaching out, and I am very grateful, but it's like, hey, why don't you come visit? I worry about you, this, that. I'm worried about, I don't know what to say, and stuff like that. That's fine. I appreciate the condolences. I am not going to make a special trip to come see you to make you feel better, because I'm already going through a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put it that way, but I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry. I can't make sure you're okay because I'm handling myself, all my other kids, and then I have his dad that I'm not with anymore, like completely devastated and over here crying every day. And I'm trying to like manage everything else and get this other situation together, deal with my own thing. I just moved. It's a lot of stuff. So I am sorry. I cannot make sure you're okay. You know what I'm saying? I can't make sure you're comfortable being around me in my grieving. You know what I'm saying? So, that might sound like a little harsh, but I'm just saying you have the right to set boundaries and not allow people to put little zingers on you or make you feel guilty or to make them feel better. You know what I'm saying? And that has nothing to do with the mean-spirited, because I don't really think those type of people are mean-spirited. But what I'm saying is, if you don't have anything nice to say, or you feel like you got to try to make somebody feel guilty because you're not feeling comfortable, that is wrong. And don't let people do that to you, okay? I just want to say that. You are not mean for taking care of your own mental health and your own physical health and your own well-being, okay? You are not mean for demanding respect that you deserve. You are not mean for realizing that you're worth and expecting people to honor your worth, you know, as well as you do it to them. I'm not saying it's just all about you, like an ego thing, but you have the utmost right to do that. And I really think with this situation with my son and seeing how people are slipping and getting lost, getting addicted, committing suicide, depressed, things like that, this is the time where we need to say, you know, that's enough. We are not putting up with you disrespecting us, making us feel guilty, making us feel less than, or other people around us. If you see somebody doing that to someone else, you know, you can say, like, you have no right to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us all to step up, because this is where things get a little like that thin line shady, because the people that are mean-spirited or egotistical or narcissist or dark or anything like that, they don't care. So they're going to say or do anything to manipulate, to get over on society, etc. Play victim, be a vampire, things like that. It is time for us, instead of being kind and like worrying about, oh, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. You can do that, believe me, but it's time to set up boundaries and say, you know what? You have no right to do that anymore. And we are standing up for ourselves. And that's why I said on some of my messages, or I think it was my daily yesterday, is it's time for us all to band together that are starseeds, that are light workers, that do want the good in the world, that are spiritual, to finally say enough is enough. We're tired of it. This world has gotten dark and so much negativity in it, and we are tired of it. You are like damaging the world. You are damaging the future. You're making people feel bullied, to feel depressed, to feel lonely, to feel alone, to feel like they're not worthy of something. It is time for us to stand up and say, you know what, we're shining our light. I'll treat you good with respect, but I demand for you to treat me and others with respect as well. And if you can't say anything nice, and if you're that miserable, then you go be alone. You know what I'm saying? It is time, right? That's a preach, Jenny. But I'm serious. We are not mean for saying that. Enough's enough now, you know? Enough damage has been done. It's time for this to end. This BS to end, this cruelty to end, this meanness, this victimhood, this vampire way, this narcissism, right? So today, now that I've done my preaching, we're going to do Beyond Lemuria and see what Spirit wants to bring forth, okay? Yeah, because I was even like to the point, like, I'm not going to do this anymore. But you know what? We need this. We need this positive vibration. I'm not saying that everything's positive and love and light and all that stuff. I do try to do that, but there is dark in the world, and we all go through it ourselves. But if you feel like you can't heal it, or you're in a nasty mood and you just want to go out and say nasty stuff because you feel better by hurting somebody else, one, you don't know what the hell the person's going through, and two, you have no right to do that. And I hope the people that do that do get stood up to. And unfortunately, there's so much violence in the world, you're almost afraid to sometimes. But you can say it like in a nice way with healthy boundaries, and like, call them back out. Like I said, I told that lady, like, I don't think you would have, because you didn't know about it. And I didn't follow through with like, oh, well, I'm sorry I didn't like anybody in, or I didn't like invite everybody to the thing. No, because I was protecting my child, and I wanted people there that loved him, and it was a family thing. I don't want people coming in to be nosy, or that didn't know him, or looking at us, or asking a million questions. I didn't want that. So that's my right? So with that being said, let me step off my little soapbox. Let's get our message, okay? All right. We got to do this together, people. We really do. We got to stand up and fight for that light and be that beacon of light for those ones that are struggling. We have to. We have just as much right to have happiness than those people that are walking all over everybody and treating people like dirt. No more, right? All right, so let's go ahead. What spirit would you like to bring forth after my little rant? Ooh. Okay, so we have home. Yeah, to feel good in within yourself. Don't let everybody like destroy how you feel about yourself or your people you love feel about themselves. You have to feel at home in your own spirit, in your own body, and your own environment. Okay? You have just as much right to. And then we have the throat chakra, express your truth. Yes, express your truth. Don't let anybody quiet you or stop you from doing what you want to do or say or be or whatever. Express it. And look how this butterfly comes in. It transforms you, right? And then manifestia. Yep. You have every right to have abundance and manifesting and happiness and joy and contentness and peace than anyone else, okay? So, be at home within yourself. Speak your truth. Don't let anybody quiet you. And again, you have every right to have all the abundance and happiness that you deserve, okay? So, that's your message. I'm trying to think. Let's go ahead and get some tarot on these, okay? So, let's get one on this home. So, this is feeling at home within your soul and your spirit. Let's see. What's coming up for this home? And I love that she's like, has her heart. You have every right to feel at home within your own self and what you want in this world. No one should take that away from you. Yeah, and look at that. It's reversed. Yeah, just take that, nasty old devil. Like I said yesterday, you got to keep it at bay because sometimes those cruel ones can be like bringing that negativity in too, but sometimes you have to watch out for those ones that are smooth talkers and stuff too and trying to charm you. You can't, like, people know if they have that kind of quality about them, they know that they can't come in there and talk all nasty to you and you're going to follow along. Majority of people wouldn't. It's like more with sugar, so they're enticing, like that sheep in wolf's clothing. I mean, the wolf in sheep's clothing, right? Yes, keep that at bay. Don't allow that negative energy to make you feel less than or bad about things or guilty. And then throat chakra, justice. Yep. Speak your truth. That's the truth, the justice, right? And then 2, 3, 4, and the 5 of Pentacles is this lacking. Don't stay in that lacking mindset, or don't let people act like you are lacking or you don't deserve something. You deserve abundance as much as the next person. Sometimes the way you put out things, like if the people that are being negative and nasty people, they deserve abundance, but not in that kind of mode, right? So you do deserve it. So you stand up for yourself and you stand up for people you care about. And like I said, we have to be the light and that beacon of light for people that maybe not be strong enough or struggling right now. Don't allow that anymore, okay? Like I said, I am so tired of mean-spirited people. It's no excuse anymore. It needs to stop. So that's right? Yeah. So I hope you guys are with me with that. And that's a big pet peeve of mine right now. And like I said, after my son's death, I'm like, I am tired of people not being there for people. I'm tired of people's not thinking about their actions have consequences, not just for them, but everybody around them. It's like a butterfly effect, where it's like a big ripple. I'm tired of that. Because you're destroying the earth. You're destroying innocent people and things like that with your meanness and your cruelty. And you're not thinking about your consequences or of your actions and your word, what you say. So that's my spiel. And I hope you have a beautiful day. I just want everybody to be happy. But I am, like I said, I'm tired of the mean-spiritedness. It's time to rise up and have all of us light workers and spiritual people and good people, demand that now. It's enough, right? And you don't have to put up with it. So that's your message today. Have a beautiful day. Peace and namaste. Take care. Bye.